You know, they've got one policeman says this will happen, so that's it. It'll happen. Right? Because believe me, see if the police are going to go and raid known offenders, they're not going to tell the Daily Record. This is total pish. But again, they've found some gullible clown who will play along with it in a position of authority at the police, and boom, there's your story.
And it's a non-story, really.
No.
Sensationalism again.
Sorry, boys, but it does say studies have shown domestic assaults almost doubled when Rangers and Celtic have met on previous occasions. Now, I remember. I think it was. I'm sure it was Chris McMonigal was telling us. Chris up in the Gold Coast. So I'm sure it was him. It was telling us about something about the actual study they did was over like the Celtic Rangers games over like New Year. The sort of New Year period, and it was along those ways. So the actual figures, I think, were sort of staggered and sort of manipulated to make it look worse. It was just the fact that it was like a public holiday. Everybody was drunk anyway. So basically, whether the Celtic Rangers game was played or not, there was going to be domestic violence on those particular events, which basically, raised the figures. So they were trying to blame the old firm inverted commas game on the raise in domestic violence, where in actual fact, there would have been domestic violence on those occasions anyway. You know what I mean? It's just stupid. It's just
that goes back to what I was saying: taking a story and then taking an agenda, then trying to build your story around your agenda.
Yeah.
And their clear agenda was let's try and blame Celtic and Rangers for domestic violence.
Yeah. Yep. They do all the stirring, as they are doing, as you've quite rightly said, Liam. They do all the stirring prior to the match. And I've got similar thoughts. I've got some fears for Sunday in terms of what happens off the park. Just because of what happened at that Sheffield Hearts game, they have been the fans of Sheffield have been waiting for this game for a long time. There's no doubt about it, and we know that there's a sizable proportion of their fans are thugs. And they are going to be out looking to hurt people on Sunday, before, during, and after the game. I've got no doubts about it at all. I just hope the majority of our fans don't get sucked along with it, and don't rise to it, because the aftermath, as you said, again, you said it yourself, Liam. God forbid if there is a fatality or something, that comes as a result of this. It certainly will not have been helped by the hysteria that's been getting whipped up by mostly the Daily Record, I have to say, but the mainstream media and all the hype that goes along with it just now. But the Record it is shocking, actually, some of the stories that they do run, and the lead up to these things. But they'll be the ones pointing the fingers and all the hoo-ha in the aftermath if there is. Exactly. If there is violence or if there is trouble, and it'll be everybody's fault bar theirs. But yeah, I honestly fear for our fans going along to that game on Sunday. And let's not kid ourselves, guys. We've got a few clowns on our side as well. We know that.
Yeah.
But I just hope we're not we don't rise to any bait that's thrown at us, and we go out, we enjoy the occasion, and hopefully it is going to be an occasion that we can stamp our authority on the game. The players can stamp their authority in the game and play them off the park as we should be doing at a team at that level. Get a good result. But the thing is as well, whatever the result of that game, there's going to be carnage one way or another. Let's just say, I doubt this is going to happen very much indeed, but just say for argument's sake they do happen to win. It'll be that triumphalism that will be their way of, I guess, celebrating. So it'll be trying to hunt down any Celtic fan they can to rub it in their face or potentially stab them. If they get humped, then it'll be pretty much the exact same, because they'll be they certainly won't be happy, and they'll be trying to hunt down Celtic fans to stab them. That's just the way it's going to be, whatever the result on Sunday. It's always been the way. I always remember in Coatbridge, and you'll know it, Pat, where the Columba Club is in Coatbridge. It's right across from St Patrick's Chapel, right in the town centre. And I always remember after Celtic Rangers games in the past, If we came back, whether we'd won the game or whether we'd lost the game or drawn the game, we'd come back, we'd go up the Columba Club, and you'd either have a fantastic sing-song and party with your own people, your own fans, and celebrate, or you'd be back up there to commiserate. But you'd be, pretty much to a man, everybody was kind of, bugger it. At the end of the day, life goes on. You're gutted at the time, but you know what? We'll have a drink and we'll try our best to forget about it. That was our attitude. See, if we had lost a game like that, though, you had your monkeys from across the road, as you'll probably be familiar with St John Street that runs right up and then over the hill to Crichton Street where the Orange Hall was.
I know, yeah.
So I mean, there's literally, I don't know, a kilometre between the two areas. But these Gets, again, if they were to win, they'd be the ones that'd be down, they'd be singing and dancing outside the chapel. They'd be shouting up at the windows and all the rest of it in the Columba Club. That was their way of celebrating a victory. It was to try and hunt down Celtic fans or find them out and just to rub your nose in it a little bit more. That whole triumphalism thing, it wasn't a case of staying in the Orange Hall and enjoying themselves there. No, they had to get out and they had to... That we are the people thing again, that whole different mentality. They couldn't just enjoy the victory and enjoy it with their own people and that kind of thing. It's that whole... No. The whole 1690 thing, you will not forget this. You'll be rubbing your noses in this for a long, long time.
1690 army that was composed 95% Catholic mercenaries, but let's not go there.
See, Kev, I can remember Christopher's posted in the chat room about bad winners and bad losers. That's basically what they are. But I can still remember back.
That's a lot more succinct way of what I was probably trying to say there. I like that. Yeah, they are. They're bad. They're bad winners and they're bad losers without a shadow of a doubt.
I can recall many years ago. Again, I don't know what year it was. In particular, it was during I think the 9 in a row sort of era where they'd win a certain game, and it actually might have been in Coatbridge. Come to think of it, where a guy gets shot. A Celtic fan gets shot by a Rangers fan with a crossbow. And I think to myself, what would he have done if he win? If they lost, sorry.
Yeah.
If they'd lost. So they beat the Celtic, so the guy goes out with a cross, not like, a stone or a brick or something like that, a crossbow, and shoots somebody with a flipping crossbow. And it's, what's in your head, man? And you're right, there's nutters on either side, but I'd say almost every Celtic fan that I've met, would be everyone, I can't think of any exceptions to it. When Celtic win, I want to be with Celtic fans, enjoying the moment, and I would say 99% of Celtic fans I know do the same thing. The first thing you do if Celtic win a game is you want to find another Celtic fan and you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
See, if you lose, especially if we lost on Sunday, I wouldn't want to talk to anybody. I'm not going to. I just want to get out of the place But the last thing I'm going to be doing is getting up to the Imperial Bar in Melbourne, where I know the Huns will be meeting probably, and standing outside the pub and shouting stuff at them. That would be the furthest thing from my mind. I want to be with Celtic fans whenever that.
And I think you've hit the nail on the head, Pat, because it's the first thing on our mind when we beat them, or when we used to beat them, was that we'd be saying, can't wait to get back to the club, man, get the beers in, we'll have a laugh and a sing song and blah blah blah, and that was it. And amongst your own fellow Celtic fans, your own people, whereas you're spot on, the first thought in their minds is probably, I can't wait we get back and stand outside the Columba Club and start singing shit up at the windows at these bastards, these fiending bees. That's a... And again, it's not everyone. I know it's not everyone, but there are sizable proportions of their fans that's their mentality. It just, that is. But there's sizable proportions of our fans, and I think that's the difference. Let's use the figures. I'll just throw it out there. A Kev fact: 95% Celtic fans would have that. Well, let's all just go and enjoy it. 5% that could get involved and be arseholes. Whereas it's a total flip side, the other way around. I'd say 5% of your Sevco fans will be reasonable people. Your 95% are out there for blood. So there you go. There's bound to be statistics that can back me up on that. I'm sure that's accurate figures. But you know what I'm getting. You know what I'm getting at.
Kev, it's all right. Just do what all the Rangers fans do. See if you keep repeating it enough times.
Aye, just it
becomes fact. So there you go. It's fine. All right, so we'll use that every single podcast.
Quote that daily record. You shower of shite.
God, this has been a really negative podcast. You know, have we even spoken about the game on Sunday? We don't even know.
In a roundabout way, we kind of.
That's just a bagging session, right? What's? Because I thought what Liam was trying to do is he was trying to do like some sort of link to his one of his other points about that story in the Daily Ranger about the old firm Clash songs.
No,
truth. Did you read it? I glanced over it. My God.
It's yet another outstanding example of good old Scottish journalism.
Yeah,
it's a non-story. It is absolute bullshit. By David Taylor. He used to play snooker, didn't he? He was very bad.
Played snooker.
But seriously, when I saw that, I was thinking, is this what it's going to get to? Is this what it's going to end up being like, you know, for the next few days? Because like I've been sort of looking forward to it. I mean, we're not privy to what's going on back there, and it's not kind of in our faces and all that sort of stuff. But that, when I read that, I'm thinking, really, is this the level I've got to? And I know what the Daily Record will do. They'll come out and say, well, we're just informing fans of, you know, what they can and can't sing. You know, Rangers fans can sing the Sash, but they can't sing, you know, the famine song. You know, and it's even like, what was the one about the Ibrox disaster song?
I don't even know that.
I don't know what that is either. I must have been away too long because I don't know what it is. Songs about deceased players now. I do recall one slight song about Davy Cooper. I can't even remember what it was, but that was about it. You know, when I would never have sang it. I actually thought Davy Cooper was a brilliant football player. He was. If we were ever going to talk about, you know, games and years gone by and players that we feared from the other side, he would be my absolute. He was brilliant. But the good thing for us, he was up against Danny McGrain, which neutralised that sort of side of it when we played against us. But anyway, then I've got it here. The jury's out. The boys of the old brigade. The song is pro IRA. Blah blah blah. And then it was the Merry Ploughboy. Now, I can't remember the last time I heard Merry Ploughboy at a Celtic game.
No, you still hear it the odd time. You do still hear. But did you notice that in that story as well, they've managed to say, so like for the band list, they've managed to get 2 Hun songs and 2 Celtic songs.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all nice, like, and then for the is that right? Wait a minute. In fact, I've got it here in front of me just now. The band one, so they've got the Billy Boys. Now here's one I've never even heard. What's this song? Glasgow Celtic IRA. What is that song?
I don't know.
Never heard of it in my life.
Never heard of it in my life. What are they talking about? Anyway, the Famine song's another band one. The Ibrox disaster song. So there you go. So you've got 2 and 2, and then songs about deceased players. So they're banned. The jury's out. Boys of the Old Brigade. Follow. The Merry Ploughboy. Actually, there's 2 Celtic songs.
Oh, 2 of us and 1 of them.
Well, that's jury's out, dirty bastard. See?
That's it. Yeah, that's it. This is a disgrace. Right, who's this reporter? David Taylor, you said? That's it.
The snooker player.
Let's get with the big
bloody
glasses.
The bloody arsehole.
That was him.
But yeah, I must. But that, yeah, Glasgow Celtic IRA. Somebody's got to teach me the words to that song because I've never heard it in my life, and I'd like to think I know rather a lot of not just Celtic songs but rebel songs, but I have never heard such a song in my life.
No, but again, it's a Daily Record style of reporting. They'll have found one clown in a pub somewhere who has sung something about the Ibrox disaster and something about Celtic IRA. And then they've put that down as read. Oh, it's a Celtic song because we heard a Celtic fan singing it. Bullshit.
The bit I found funny was almost the first line in it. Rookie police are being taught sectarian songs. Like, they probably
emphasis on that as well. They've got that in red. Rookie police are being taught sectarian songs.
So they know who to arrest.
To be taught how to sing the Sash. Come on.
I know. They're singing it every week in the lodge. In the lodge.
Aye.
I need to give a shout out to Somerset Tim actually before we go on. I've been looking for an opportune moment, but there isn't going to be one, so I'm just going to butt in now and do it. But no, Gary says Somerset Tim at Somerset_Tim. He says, hail boys, long time no speak. Hope all's well down under. And don't forget Liam, who's not quite down under. Gary, come on.